It's kind of interesting that as of now, I have more or less caught up with everything that I have on my manga wishlist, except for one item, which is both comforting but also concerning, because I actually enjoy having a mission to catch up on. I don't need to catch up on everything, but just catch up on something. But on the other hand, it also means that I'm making good progress on my wish list. Hello brothers and sisters, my name is Daidarius and welcome to my manga haul of September 2025. I'm not gonna dwell on this too much. We got some series to look at, so let's get started. And first up we have Dandadan Volume 14. There's not much I'm gonna say about this, except that I have finally managed to read all of Dandadan that I own, including this volume 14, and truth be told, peak. I love this series. It is wacky, it is insane, but what really hooks me is the human connection and the evolving of our main characters, Momo and Okurun. I just love it. I'm just a sucker for it. So yes, Dandadan. I am very much looking forward to the next volume, because holy hell, what a series. How it just enables to just tug and destroy your heartstrings. I can't have it. It's too much. Volume 14, peak series. You haven't checked it out, do it. On to the next one. And next up we have Sakamoto Days Volume 18. A fantastic series, quite simple in premise, but what this excels at is just depicting action with some real grit and real momentum to it. You feel the weight of everything going on, you feel the smoothness, the roughness, the energy of the action scenes and fight scenes in Sakamoto Days. Jesus Christ, I love this series. It is so good, and Sakamoto is just awesome, and so is Shin. But nevertheless, I'm not going to dwell too much in these series just because I caught up and want to talk about them for days, because that's not why you're here. You're here to see my manga haul. Truth be told, just looking very much forward to the next entry in Sakamoto Days. Just with Dandadan and Sakamoto Days, I'm trying not to read the online chapters that is available on the Manga Plus app, because since I have up until now experienced the series purely in physical format, I think I'm just gonna continue doing so. Anyway, next one. And next up we have Record of Ragnarok Volume 15. This is one of my favorite fights, even though it is one of the most controversial in the series. I just love the finale of this, which is not included in this volume, that's the next volume. Given where the manga is right now, which is at round 12 out of 13, we are quickly moving towards the finale. Are we even gonna get 13 rounds? Because that was never promised. It's just the first one to get 7 out of 13. Who knows? Who knows? Nevertheless, love this series. Curious to see where it's gonna go with the finale, because it's kind of up in the air. But yes, Record on Ragnarok, Volume 14. Sorry, 15. On to the next one. And next up we have Solo Leveling Volume 13. We did it. We finally did it. We kind of finished off Solo Leveling. See, the thing is, this has the final chapter of Solo Leveling, the webtoon, drawn by H-Goon. As I've stated before, there are some epilogue chapters because Solo Leveling had a shit ton of epilogue chapters after the main story was finished. And even though the original artist did not get a chance to finish it because unfortunately he died, his assistants, his studio later on got the permission to actually adapt those chapters in his art style. So it is even advertised at the end of Volume 13, we're gonna get a Volume 14 book. And I'm not sure we're gonna be able to cover all the epilogue chapters in Volume 14, or if we're also gonna have to get a Volume 15. That is uncertain as of now, but we will get a Volume 14 probably later this year. Sometimes Yen Press is a bit iffy with the release dates, but there will be a Volume 14. So we're not quite done with Solo Leveling yet, but we are done with the main story, which is awesome, even if the final fight is extremely lackluster compared to all the previous fight in the series, which is unfortunate, but given the context of the artist's health at the time and the unfortunate outcome of it, I think it's not only makes sense, but it's also okay. It's fine. I mean, it is what it is. I don't blame the final fight, the state it is in. It's not bad. It's just underwhelming, but given the context, it is enough. All right, and on that note, let's try to up the spirit a bit and get on to the next one. And next up we have Gachiakuta Volume 5. I am almost caught up with the series. I think there's 7 volumes out right now, and volume 8 is gonna drop next month, I guess. The important part is this is what I committed to in my wish list, so don't have to collect the rest. But I'm gonna collect the rest because, as I said in the beginning of this video, besides battling the leader, all the other entries on my wish list is just buying volumes when they drop, basically. So there's no more hunting down volumes. It's kind of sad because it's always fun, but I also appreciate that I don't have to go out of my way to collect already existing volumes to fill in my collection. Now I'm just keeping up with what I have. And next up we have Fist of the North Star Volume 17, also known as the penultimate volume. And what a volume it is. It doesn't try to make a big arc like some of the former arcs have been. This is just trying to wrap up Kenshiro's story arc and his legacy. And I'm looking very much forward to see how that final volume is gonna come down, because there's no obvious big bad to take down. I mean, there kinda is. There's one dude they want to try to take down, but it's not a threat. It's not a big deal. It's just a guy with long hair, more or less. But I'm looking forward to see on what note is this very dark, depressing story gonna end on, because holy hell, no one wants to live in the world of Fist of the North Star. It's just hell on earth. So yeah, looking very much forward to that. And also one more volume, and then we will have that epic connected blood spatter Deborah spines of the series. It looks awesome as of now, but completing the great Deborah, or just the Deborah, I think, is just gonna be awesome. Right, next one. And next up we have Ashita no Joe Volume 3, also known as Fighting for Tomorrow, but no one calls it Fighting for Tomorrow. I still don't understand why they put that in the biggest print and then just kept the original title up here with Ashita no Joe. Everyone calls it Ashita no Joe. Do you call it Fighting for Tomorrow? No, I don't think so. But yes, Volume 3, and as you can see, we are well into the actual fighting part, boxing part of the story. But I'm looking very much forward to see this big inspiration for one of my favorite sports mangas of all time, Hajime no Ippo. So yes. Anywho, we have one final volume to go, and it is a biggie. JoJo's Bizarre Adventures Part 7 Steel Ball Run Volume 1. It feels so awesome to say Part 7. We are nearly there. There's only 2 more parts after this one, and then that will be it. I mean, Part 9 is still being published, but nevertheless, we are almost after nearly 10 years caught up. I love this design. There's been a lot of backlash for this design because it is so vastly different from parts 4, 5, and 6, but given the fact that this is a new universe, a new reality, and also it is the last trilogy in a trilogy of trilogies, it makes sense because the first 3 parts was the Joniums based on those from Japan, so they are in similar design. Then you have parts 4, 5, and 6 are kind of similar, and then hopefully parts 7, 8, and 9 will also be in kind of a similar design setup. But nevertheless, this volume is gorgeous. This is awesome. It is rare that I am completely on board with the new part design, because it's always so jarring just to see that singular volume stand on its own next to completed parts. But this one is the first one where I just go, yes, you nailed it. Looking so much forward to actually reading this, because many has said this is Araki's magnum opus. So expectations are sky high, but more often than not, JoJo's actually delivers. And we'll just have to see if I'm actually going to be able to start reading this before it actually finishes. But I mean, that has kind of been the case with every other part I've ever collected of JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. But yes, that is my manga haul. But we are not quite done yet because I have a wish list to update. All right, let us just bring up the list. And first off, we have Sakamoto days. I was committing from volume 11 up until volume 18, and I just got volume 18. I am crossing that one off. Then underneath we have Dandadan, volume 10 up until volume 14. Just managed to get the final one, so I'm crossing that one off as well. And then finally, after so many years, Solo Leveling, volume 11 up until volume 13, completing the main story. We can cross that off the list. But we're not done yet because, as I stated earlier, just bring down this list and then bring up this other one. We have Gachiakuta. I was committing to the first 5 volumes, just got volume 5, and I can cross that off the list. And it does seem like we're just speed running it now. But the fact is, we are on the tail end of the year, and more often than not, it's at the end of the year that we're gonna collect most of these. But again, it doesn't really tell the whole story. There's still a lot of entries we need to cross out. So let's just bring this one down and get this bad boy up here. Just looking at this is insane. I mean, 83% is already collected. 83? How? I mean, we are 75% through the year. 75%. 80. I mean, the only thing hindering us actually completing the list is that there are some of the volumes that are going to be released in December, and we know we're not guaranteed they arrive at the end of December. But we'll see. Hopefully, I will actually be able to complete the wish list, which means I'm getting better at making a wish list. And that is my manga haul of September 2025. Jesus Christ. 75% through the year already. That is insane. Also, just want to point out, I'm almost caught up with the entirety of my backlog. I have read almost 90% of my entire collection, which is just a sweet spot to be in, because when you are just 10% behind, you have enough you can actually read and enjoy, but not so much that is daunting. So this is a good spot to be in. It feels like I can just pick up some volumes and read them and still have more to go, but not feeling like that I am missing out on most of my collection, which is awesome. But that being said, how caught up are you with your backlog? Because we are always discussing new manga entries or upcoming manga entries, but we don't really discuss the fact of reading your collection. Be honest, we're not going to judge here, at least I won't. But have you read what you think is enough? Have you read everything? I mean, when I was a teenager, I read everything in my collection, but not now. So have you read everything, or is there a big backlog that you're looking forward to? Maybe you're just saving up for the Christmas vacation. Who knows? But whatever you think and whatever you have collected in September, comment below me your thoughts. And as always, until see you in the next one, just remember to stay awesome. See ya.